some time to cogitate over what occurred at point obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you and I might talk it through. A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep cycle is when it usually plagues me the most. We could have done better by Ankress Brunn. If we'd properly convinced her to abandon the research, I'd doubtlessly still lament duping her, but she'd be alive. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brunn rears its head, it will need to get in line. Well, I wouldn't bet against you there. Yes, Southworth was complicit. And now she's dead. I hope so, at least. According to Anais, we could have reduced the likelihood of that occurring by completing the brain-off. It's not anywhere near zero, but it's unlikely. She seemed pleased that we at least attempted to address her concerns, so I've changed, apparently. Thanks to you. No. There's plenty of credit and blame to go around. It's been a while since anyone gave me a good talking to like Anais did. And I'll admit your influence has been rather positive. I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. I didn't think this is what the plan had in store for me. I've been facing myself with the same zeal I face my enemies. With tidier results. Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over, Commander.
Your proposed time frame, leisure. Unaccountably so.
But going any faster grossly increases the threat of collapse. Burying us beneath the snow benefits no one.
So long as we are operating within the statistical parameters given to us. I see absolutely no reason to delay. Pick up the pace.
Hello, farewell. Thank you for this efficiently compact conversation.
Don't bother conversating unless you're prepared to cite your...
Have you at least determined the cause of the arrow division?
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those eyes open, soldiers. Corneal frostbite be damned.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Hopefully you shall facilitate that. Now, how might we be of use to one another? Yes! Excellent! Take that, reductionists! Your horrid little surveillance devices shall finally be used for what their purpose should have been! Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet. Yes. You've earned not only my trust, but the Order's as well. I hope you'll continue working with us in the future. I informed the presiding bishop you're coming to speak with her. She can be found in the room off the main stairwell. I'm sure I don't need to say this. But if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth, I shall know. Be on your very, very best behavior.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause. As I told you in my message, a splinter group was responsible for recruiting your fellow agent and tasking her to perpetrate that heresy. The conviction of those radicals was such that they elected to perish from exposure to Cloister's wilderness to avoid fouling their predictions and my interference. Their interpretation of the data was at odds with mine. I forbade them taking action, to no avail, obviously. I disavowed their actions then, as I do now. Faith is trust without evidence. You deserve far more than that. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth Basar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, supreme calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future. I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know who its recipient would be.
but I trusted the plan. And lo and behold, it provided you as the solution. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement. If your actions were so easily imitable, then we would not be speaking right now. Accept the credit. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. I have received numerous reports indicating the archive has been wrested away from the Protectorate by a single, rather determined rogue factor. Your contributions to the Order will not go unreciprocated. Though even this happy solution is not without its imperfections. I've heard the Archive's priority set has been altered by its occupiers. I suppose we shall see if that remains the case. More senseless work to be done. It is my hope that such archaic methods of communicating with the Archive will soon not be necessary. I am only lacking the resources to make my plan a reality. That may be, but there is no denying that human language is limiting, inefficient, and prone to miscommunication. By forcing the Archive to speak with us through a personality-based priority set, we are throttling the speed at which we may understand the Archive, and it, us. While the Archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Brain-to-logic assembly, as it were. Unfortunately, this apparatus exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I lack the chemicals to finish its manufacture. Having already lost one scientist to the folly of unapproved testing, I am well aware of the risks. Which is to say, your concern is noted and appreciated, but ultimately, what I need from you is field support. A plant on Pretor under Auntie's choice control has the chemicals I need for this new treatment. Infiltrate the plant and retrieve them, by whatever means necessary. There should be a maintenance tunnel on the lowest level of the plant, which lets out near the sewage pool. You may be able to sneak inside from there without drawing notice. The front entrance is likely to have security, so I would avoid that route entirely. Unless you feel confident in your skills of persuasion, or are not opposed to being shot at. Yes, I predicted you would. Oh, the Laureate Council simply draws a name out of a hat. No? Go figure. In reality, I was recommended for my position by the preceding bishop. Paired with my skills as a seer, I was the natural choice when it came time for the council to vote. My predecessor, presiding Bishop Orlo, and I had a close working relationship. He knew I possessed the skills and temperament for the role. I counted him a friend. Orlo shared with me his doubts about the Order's partnership with the Protectorate. The compromises made. He had many such regrets at the end of his life. Likely not. But it is the responsibility of every student to surpass their mentor in understanding and sentiment. And I can reliably assert that I have done that. Call it proof of concept. Laplace's garden is more than its aesthetic. It offers a vision of a future free from the despotic rule of narrow-minded jingoists, where the fruit of the plan can finally ripen. It saddens me to see the garden so despoiled by our wartime presence. But with the loss of Spyreton, necessity dictated we quarter here in the interim. By themselves, very little. Once combined with other agents, a great deal of different effects can be achieved. If all goes according to plan, I should be able to create a stupefacient of sorts that will ease the discomfort of wearing the apparatus needed to communicate with the archive. Perhaps I have not been entirely forthright. This treatment will enact a permanent change in my personality. Irreversible. But it will not cost me anything I would lament losing. We can discuss the details more when you return from Pretor with the chemicals in hand. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
Failed to cite her work completely. I worked with presiding Bishop Orlo, you know. Now there was a serious scientician.
This facility is the only thing keeping us from being reduced.
Oh there. Approach the gate and identify yourself if you're looking for access.
Certainly a dramatic way to go.
Well, of all the improbable sights I'd never imagined to actually see, folks simply wandering around the Badlands of Pretor would be near the top of that list. I've not the mind to solve the equation that demonstrates how unlikely it is you've survived enemy combatants, hostile critters, and endless lightning in near equal measure. Is that so? Amusingly enough, I'm inclined to believe you, which means you might be just the help Exemplar Simon's been waiting for. The grounding station was built to help manage and offset the lightning that illuminates the sky and scorches the ground without pause or penance. They also used the station for a number of experiments that they ultimately lacked the capacity to complete. But, suffice it to say, we far exceeded those limitations. Nevertheless, the Exemplar is in need of help to complete his research, and our small squad lacks the manpower to provide it. But you might be the universal variable we've been waiting for. He is in the lab atop the hydraulicalized lift. Ironically, the lift was struck by lightning while the station was being reset and is stuck in its raised position. There is a trail that leads to the top. Just mind the jump onto the platform, and don't touch anything glowing, sparking, or obviously shedding lightning on your way there. And given the situation we find ourselves in, I'll be leaving the gate charged unless you're ready to pass through it. Just approach, and I'll power it down for you. Need to exit the station, just approach the gate, and I can open it for you.
Greetings, unaffiliated individual? Could you be a freelancer? A gun for hire? Might you be interested in a job involving the removal of dangerous creatures? Very well. There's a cave directly southeast of our position, positively infested with raptidons. If you exterminate the lot of them, I'll upgrade your basic entry permissions to allow for purchase of our surplus of supplies. Oh, this is so exciting. I can feel the rate of my blood flow increasing.
So, you're the mysterious individual that's caused such a stir across Arcadia? Well, it is my sincerest of pleasures to meet you. I am Exemplar Simon, head of research at this station. Please consider me your personal conduit to this meager, yet profound portion of the universal equation. How may I be of service? That is not a simple question, though I might try to explain it like this. There is an equation for calculating gravity, yes? And the speed of light, and skip drive coordinates? The universal equation uses the purity of mathematics to solve the entire universe. For example, by deciphering the storms of Pretor, we learn invaluable aspects of other phenomena. Originally, the Protectorate designed this facility to control those grounding towers, which are the only thing keeping Pretor's ceaseless lightning from turning us all into ash. And to be sure, that is the only reason Anti or the Protectorate haven't taken this place by force. They are rightly terrified of what happens if this station goes offline. However, neglect during this conflict led to Axon's shorting at 5 of the towers, causing gross misalignment. If they aren't realigned, the failures will catastrophically cascade. Wonderful. In order to recalibrate a tower, you must find the malfunctioning panel inside their control room and reset it. And to speed you along, I can offer a unique incentive. Prior to being driven from this facility, the Protectorate was exploring lightning-powered explosives. The concept was clearly beyond them, but I have already solved their errors. So with the towers aligned, I can produce a batch of the explosives they theorized, and I would happily share them with you. Indeed. When aligned, the towers fill the capacitor I've modified, which provides me with enough electrical accumulation to fabricate a handful of these explosives. Unfortunately, the capacitors are only able to hold the charge for mere moments before failing catastrophically. Thus, I'm limited in production by the 5 capacitors that remain. So, with the towers aligned, I am able to fabricate a handful of these electron explosives, the sum of which I shall share with you. That is fantastic news. I'll begin fabrication as soon as you've aligned the towers. And so, I shall have the explosives ready for you upon your return.
I am at my wit's end with that damn Protectorate safe. If you can open it, whatever's inside is yours. I'll wash my hands of it.
Yeah.
I'll handle this.
Scan.
Primary vulnerabilities identified. Investigating hostile intentions. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Hostilities are afoot. Ratcheting up my aggression. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Proceeding to attack.
You've returned. Are the Raptidons vanquished? Oh, incredible. Then, as the prime requisitionist currently at this station, I confer to you upgraded permissions that allow for surplus supply purchases.
attention.
Scanned. Stun weapon ready, Commander. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Hostilities are afoot.
Alert. Hostile.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. I have a fix on them.
Assist with agent's health needs. This unit is well-being.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Providing a host of health.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Indicated.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Look at me with my extra bathroom break. At this point.
Proceeding to attack.
Purpleberry crunch. Auntie's choice. Enemies detected.
There's cautious scrutiny.
my discovery.
Have you seen? Thought I heard something down there.
Maybe it's your tin of forced rockets.
Enemy in vicinity. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. ᴘᴜᴇᴱ at ready status.
Let's find them fast. I have a meeting in it.
Whatever you're selling, we ain't
I have a fix on their weaknesses. I'll handle this.
I think I smell them.
They're back! I'll make them disappear.
Combatant scan. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
You're beginning to
Combatant scan.
Status susceptible to danger.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Resorting to violence. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Standing by with life support.
How come I didn't get a bonus this year?
Not possible at target's current range.
I swear, everything around here.
Purpleberry?
all that going on out there? These conditions are not optimal for market testing. All right, that marks an hour since ingestion. Now, tell me, how do you feel? And remember, this is for user research, so please be honest.
Auntie Fizzo's purple berry liqueur. Now you can taste purple berry in any drink.
Emotion dampening compound acquired. Delivering this item to Ruth Bazaar should be your next course of action.
Unfriendly in combat range.
Reminder, domesticated raptidons are not pets. Please do not approach, feed, or scratch behind their venomous jaw frills.
Ratcheting up my equipment.
attack. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Enrace discerned. Promoting teammate help.
Now they can't take the credit for putting you down! Grenade thrown!
Dispensing light vision. Emergency protocols ready.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Investigating hostile intelligence. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Over there.
Nice weather we have been having, or not having. Goodbye.
Scopes for combatant analysis.
there!
Mobilize to have a fix on the reach. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. ᴘᴜᴇᴜᴇᴱ is charged.
Thought you were smart, huh?
Go on the ground inside.
Combatant scan. Combat process. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Emergency protocol.
Check your scope for combatant analysis. Do try to limit further damage.
Maintaining.
Mitigating the threat. ᴘᴜᴇᴜᴇᴜ in progress.
Electrical influences confirmed.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Combatant scan.
Providing a host.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Vitals are in the red, Commander.
Once again.
Maintaining your battlefield.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Go for ᴘᴜᴇᴜᴜ. Combatant scan.
up by aggression.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Consider self-preservation.
Emergency protocols ready.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Emergency protocol defined.
Vitals are in the red, Commander. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Advise healing yourself now.
Combatant scared.
Maintaining
You're fortunate you're an auto-mech, Val. You never have second thoughts. Never experience regret.
This unit continuously analyzes previous mission failures and inefficiencies in a manner that could be compared to the human process known as
investigating hostile intentions. Torpification in progress. On their weaknesses. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Violence.
Preserve set progress. Sustain the system. Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process.
Ready to assist with agent's health needs.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Providing a host.
I have a fix up. Combatant scan. Consider self-preservation a priority.
Yeah. Health benefits available at your request. Providing a host.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Dampening tower successfully recalibrated.
beneficent ruler of the sun.
Hostilities are afoot.
In our midst!
Check your scope for combatant analysis. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Emergency protocol syringes primed.
Batten scan. Suffered extensive damage, Commander. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Check your scope for combatant analysis. Fortificator at ready status. On their weaknesses. Mitigating the threat. They're benumbed. Mobility interrupted. Mobility interrupted. Batten scan. Mobility equivalent. Mobility interrupted. It is equivalent. Mobility equivalent. Target active.
Helplessly, without complaint or groan.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency and performance.
vicinity.
Target practices.
Check your scope for combatant analysis.
Readying assault protocol.
Commencing guidance!
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Hostiles detected ahead. Recommended course of action.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Combatant observed.
Restoring the balance.
Unfriendly nearby.
Back and scan.
Emergency protocols ready.
Check your scopes.
That could have much better!
Hostile in proximity.
What?
Investigating hostile.
Has this unit offended you?
I'll handle this. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Hostilities are afoot. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Combat problem.
Proceeding to attack.
Threat detected. Ratcheting up my aggression. Attack! Investigating hostile intentions. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Ready to assist with agent outreach. Promoting teammate health.
Combatant scan.
Hostilities are afoot. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Maintaining your battlefield.
ᴘᴜᴇᴜᴜ is Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Combatant scan.
Available at your... We need to withdraw. I mean, please, revoke the providing a host of help. Dampening tower successfully recalibrated.
By law, you've done it! I cannot lie. My math placed the odds of your survival at 0.00343%. But your reputation indicates that you reliably beat the odds. So why am I surprised? Unfortunately, I am limited in forms of compensation. However, I've refined the schematics so they may be constructed with your own rudimentary tools. I trust that you will find wonderful methods of deployment that will manipulate every equation to your favor.